Welcome to my channel, my channel. So today I'm just going to eat some vegan chips and vegan guacamole and tell you what just happened about 2 hours ago. Story time. I live in a small town. I normally don't go downtown because there's nothing to do downtown. There is, but there isn't. Like, there's nothing special downtown. There's a couple places that are fairly good, though, but I just don't go downtown that much because I live in a small town. It's just like, whatever. So I went downtown, and a lot of stuff actually happened. I just went to my doctor's appointment, first of all. They put me back on Cipro because I have another infection that's not showing up in a urinalysis. Recurring prostate infection. Prostatitis, whatever. And so, I went there 2 weeks ago, thinking I had it. The urine analysis came back negative. It's getting progressively worse, my symptoms. The doctor only put me on a 10-day supply. The last time she put me on, she put me on 180 pills. It's twice a day, so that's, 3 months? So I kind of was upset about that, but whatever. No, I did not go to Bush's, but anything to get, nothing but drink. So I shouldn't be drinking soda because I have this urinary thing, but whatever, I did, so. Also, I told her about alternative treatment like magic mushrooms and stuff like that. And so she's going to hook me up, or she did, with the clinic that treats patients that medicine doesn't work for them anymore. And instead of doing magic mushrooms or shrooms or psilocybum, which is not legal here in Texas, but it is in some place. I don't remember now. I forget. Anyway, so let me tell you. Continue to watch because you're in for it. I haven't gotten to the good part yet. So, ketamine in the nose, a spray. She said they're doing that. But I have to watch that because ketamine can mess up the kidneys. So, after I left there, I got me a soda, which I shouldn't have. And then, I browsed around downtown boring. Then, I went to the shop. It was like a consignment. You can have like your own little mini store within the shop. You know what I'm saying? Really like old fashioned and just run down and crap, right? The lady was not friendly at all. She was on her phone. And they have like a lot of candy in there. Not an insane amount, but they have quite a bit. Like candy cane. I was going to say those long things. Candy cane sticks. And bubble gum and, those old fashioned glass jars. So they had butterbeer candy. And I've never had butterbeer before. It was at 25 cents. And I would have got more things in there, like more candy and stuff, but that was like the only candy. They did have some other something. So anyway, I asked her if it had dairy in it, and she just gave me a funny look like. But I said artificial flavored, so sorry if it's not vegan, kill me. But I don't think it would be. It was a hard candy. It wasn't like soft or anything. I know my candy pretty well. It's it's more likely margarine. And so anyway, please do not kill me on that. So let me tell you. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Alright. back to the thing. So it's 25 cents. And then I said, there's really nothing else I need. I said, I don't have any cash with me. I was like, I probably shouldn't use a credit card. And then she looked at me. She goes, "Yeah, we don't want you to use no credit card for 20, but it's 27 cents with tax." And I'm like, "No, fine. I'm not using a credit card. I probably have change somewhere in my purse or my bag, whatever. I carry both, whatever. I carry a bag, and you could say it's a purse." And so I'm digging in my bag. I have no money. So I was like, "Ma'am," I'm so nice to her. I was like, "Ma'am," and that's another thing. She's there by herself, and she was on her phone. Do you know? And they have a lot of candy. Do you know how easy it is for someone just to steal a piece of candy there? Like, you would have been there. If you would have been there, you'd have been like, "Yeah." Not that I would, but I'm just saying, knowing that that it's obvious that someone could steal a piece of candy. 25 cents, really? So, I wasn't expecting her to give it to me for free. I mean, she did that, would be cool, but it's not a big deal. And so I told her, I was like, "Ma'am," I was like, "I'm sorry." And she's like, "Yeah, I don't want you using a credit card." I was like, "I'm not going to use a credit card." I said, "But I'm not parked too far away. I know I have some change in my cart. And I'll go get the change. And I'll come back up here and I'll pay for the candy." And she's like, "Yeah, well, we're closing in 15 minutes. And I'm not going to hold the candy for you." I'm like, "I don't think y'all are that busy in here, and like you have a whole bunch of candy." "Well, that's okay. She goes, you need to put that back." I'm like, "Okay." So I put the candy back. I said, "I'll be right back." I go to my car. I have a quarter and 2 pennies. That's all I could find. And she said it was 27 cents. So I'm like, "Yes, I have the right amount. I have exactly the right amount." So I go back up there. And of course I have to get the candy again, because she told me to put it back. A piece of candy. So I get the candy, and then she's like, "That's 28 cents with tax. I only have 27 cents. I was like, "Oh no." I was like, "I only have 27 cents. She gave me a look. I mean a horrible, horrible look. I thought, "I'm short a penny. A freaking penny. If a dollar didn't seem like a lot to you, it takes 100 pennies. You would have to lose 100 pennies in your life. And that would be in a dollar. 100. I'm short 1 penny. A penny. What the hell can you even buy for a penny nowadays? Nothing. I mean, the place is old-fashioned looking, and she's an old lady, but we don't live in the 1900s or the 1800s or 16 or 1500s or 1300s anymore, right? Anyway, so I said, I thought she said 27 cents. And so I'm like, "Well, I'm sorry, I'm short a penny. I'm not walking back to my car for a penny," right? She's like, "Yeah, well, what did she say?" She said, "Yeah, well, you're not supposed to be short." And she goes, like that. She made a big stink out of it. And then she went underneath, like where the register was, and there was like this square box, and it had a whole bunch of change in it. And she took the penny out, and she goes, "You know, you're not supposed to be short. And we normally don't do this, paying for other people's stuff." And I'm like, "What the hell, lady? It's a freaking penny." I'm not making this up. Right? So, she's like, "I'll let it slide this one time." She goes, "But don't ever come in here again and ever be short." I'm like, "Lady, I could have stole that damn candy. And if I would have, you would have never known. And if you would have found out, what would the police do?" Can you imagine calling the police? "Yeah, you need to come out here. Someone stole a 25-cent candy." Hello? So, with an attitude, she puts the money into the 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 thing and says, I can't give you a receipt since you didn't pay for the full amount. Do you really think I'm going to need a receipt for a 28-cent piece of candy? Like, if I don't like it, which it did suck, it was old, I don't care. I'm not going to take back a 28 piece of candy back. So then I left there, and I looked around different places. I don't want to say too much because I don't want people to know where I live. Knowing I live in Texas in a small town. So, she was old. She wasn't like 90-year-old, 100-year-old, but she just had that miser look on her face. And I don't know why exactly, but maybe because the candy's butterbeer. I was gonna say it reminded me of Harry Potter, one of those characters. Like I think it's the bankers or something like that. The way her nose was is, I don't know. It just, I don't know. I mean, I can be cheap too. I think we all can to a certain degree, but a penny. A freaking penny. Like, a lady, I wasn't trying to get over on you. If I wanted to try, why would I walk all the way to my car? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have fucking stole that candy. You were on your, there's no one else in this little shop. There's no one else in here. Okay? You're too busy on your phone. And she wasn't that old because she was on a freaking cell phone, a smartphone doing things. You know, old people don't know how to do that shit. But yeah. So, I'm just like, I don't know, the whole experience. I think if anyone would have been there, they would have been like, oh, shit. I mean, it's just like, even if it was her penny and not the store's penny, you know, because, I mean, it's like, on your deathbed, are you ever going to look back and say, now, I remember that one time I had to give up that penny, and it changed my life. It has financially ruined me because I lost a penny. 100 would be a whole dollar. Why do we even use pennies anymore? Well, I guess because those little candies like that. But anyway, the candy sucked. It tasted old, very, very artificial, like extremely, like almost like chemically. But yeah, so I'm getting my antibiotics delivered probably tomorrow, if possible. I may have to go to the pharmacy. I don't know how that works anymore. Because I know with COVID they were delivering, but I don't know how that works. I think they still deliver though. But I think you have to have like 2 or 3 or more, something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. So other than that, what else is going on with me? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I would rather do microdosing of shrooms than ketamine, because ketamine again is like supposed to mess up your kidneys. But I'll talk to them about it, and if it's like extremely low dose, I just wonder if my insurance is going to pay for it. I hope they do, because I don't have a horrible insurance, but I don't have the best either. Like, I was supposed to get a traction device on my neck, and then the next thing I know, I get this thing from my insurance from the company that I was supposed to get it from, and they're like, we no longer pay for that company's traction device. I'm like, what the hell? It's like they knew about it, you know what I'm saying? And then, because my doctor put it in, and then I called them and told them, and then it was like 2 weeks later I get things saying, oh, we won't pay for those things from that company. And I'm like, they did pay for a TENS unit. I don't use it. This shit don't work. It don't work. I mean, even at the time, if they would have said to me, sir, would you rather want a TENS unit, even if it's very expensive and the insurance pays for it, or a traction device on your neck? I'd be like, the traction device on my neck, because of my degenerative disc in my neck and my back. So, yeah. But hopefully that alternative treatment of ketamine, which is crazy because from what I read, it normally is and was, and I guess still is, a party drug. But then again, magic mushrooms, what is it? What is it? Psilocybum. You know, they're using that in micro dosing. I might be safer though, even if I had a choice. I probably would maybe. I don't. If I had a choice between the two, I would probably still pick ketamine as long as I have a guarantee that it won't mess up my kidneys, or I might actually pick the magic mushrooms because I'm not trying to get high. You know, even told my doctor, I was like, even if I could find a therapist, doctor, whatever, to give me the magic mushrooms, the micro dosing, I would want ultra micro dosing. I do not want to get high. I don't want to, whatever. I just want just enough. I think they said to rewire and or open up certain parts of the brain to help the serotonin and other things to flow more and to make those connections and new connections and in between the synapses and in the synapses and whatnot. And so, yeah. I need a new life. I wish I could just trade my life in. Between my depression, just everything, all my losses I've had. If you're new to my channel, you probably don't know it. And even if you haven't been watching this for a long time, you probably still don't know. I've had a lot of losses. And that was like 15 years ago. And I knew at the time it would still affect me to the day I die. And 15 years later, it's still affecting me. It's affecting me. It's, especially when the weather changes. It just really knocks me down, my depression. So, it's serious. My depression, my OCD, my anxiety, it's serious. I lost a lot because of it. And not only is it serious, but it's getting worse. My significant other is not here. And there's things that are reminding me of my losses, which is just, I would say slap in the face, but it's more like a punch in the heart. So, but that's my little story time. I just reviewed this product the other day. I don't know when I'm gonna upload it, or maybe I've already uploaded it. I don't know anymore. It's hard. That's another thing too. It's hard for me to concentrate. And I saw a doctor years ago, and I thought my memory is getting bad. It was then. It's getting worse now as I get older. It was already bad then. This was years ago, and they did a test on me, and I thought he was going to say it's the anxiety, all the anxiety I've experienced and still experiencing, because I have really bad anxiety. And he was like, that can, he said, but according to the test results and everything else in the whole, it's your depression. And if you don't fix it, it's just going to get worse, But I'm sure there's so many people out there like, oh, you want to get high on mushrooms and you want to do ketamine, the drug. Even if these medicines may have some long-term negative effects, which I would not be happy with, it's like, what's the alternative? Continue to be depressed? And the reason why I want to take these alternative treatments is because antidepressants like SSRIs and SSRIs, SSNRIs, all those ones, right? They either cause horrible side effects or they just don't work. And it's all in my medical records. Because I've been on a lot. So, I'm going to sign off now. I do this too because, well, I just do it because I want to do it. But also because I've had people tell me, oh, I really like your stories and stuff. So I'm trying to make a conscious thing to every time something happens, share it right away. Because my memory's going to get bad. and continue to get bad, and it is bad, and then I'll forget it. So, anyway, I hope you have an awesome day, and enjoy your life now while you can. I'm not telling you to do drugs. I would never tell you that. But I will say this. I would not recommend being ultra responsible to where you're not enjoying your life. And don't think that just because you make sacrifices and put everything on the back burner and compromise, that in the future you'll get your reward and have a nice life. Because it sure as hell did not work for me. If I could go back in time, I would have not made the sacrifices I made. There is no way I would have made this. I would have not made the fat sacrifices. But you know, the thing is, we're creatures of habit. You start making the sacrifices, you start settling for what you don't want and don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm still doing it now. All right. Have an awesome day.